I yield back.
Time has expired, and I recognize the gentlelady from North Carolina, Dr. Adams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and to our witnesses, thank you for being here. Dr. Shearholz, the Wage and Hour Office in my district in North Carolina provides jobs and helps protect all of my constituents from harm. These are people who are committed to serving the community, to stop child labor and protecting their fellow workers from abuse. As far as I'm concerned, firings at Wage and Hour Division seems like a ploy to roll back the clock on child labor protections without consulting Congress. So what sort of information might be contained in the case file systems handled by wage and hour offices, and how sensitive is it?
Okay, many sensitive data sources and processes are housed at the Department of Labor. So, for example, because DOL administers all worker compensation claims for federal employees, it's responsible for all of those records, which includes highly sensitive personal information like medical, financial, and other personal information that's gathered in connection with all of those claims. The Trump administration is viciously and illegally going after federal workers. It is no wonder they want access to that information. DOL data also includes confidential information about those who have reported OSHA violations by their employers. Those workers make those reports under the promise that it will be kept confidential so that they are protected from retaliation. Disclosure of those records presents a huge risk to those workers, and it poses a risk to the department's enforcement efforts, particularly going forward, as workers will no longer come forward because they know that they cannot be promised
Okay, so
confidentiality.
let me move on. I have a few more questions. So in terms of what you're saying, the issues that might arise are problematic if a billionaire industrialist like Elon Musk has access to this information. Would you say yes?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
So what kind of impact would layoffs in this office have for workers and children in my district?
Layoffs, federal worker layoffs, it will reduce the services that those federal workers do, the public services, the crucial public services, food safety, research, health, all of those kinds of services will be hurt by this. And then particularly in a district with higher unemployment rates, it could, you fire workers, if there's not other jobs available for them, then it could reduce public spending and actually have a drag on the economy.
Okay, so OSHA appears to have complied with President Trump's executive orders by going through all of its guidance documents and materials looking for certain banned words like diverse, like gender, and deleting any documents with these words. So is this a good use of staff time, in your opinion?
It is not a good use of staff time. What it does, it serves to divert the staff from the true mission of their organization. So you spend time doing these other kinds of activities, and what you're not doing is developing and implementing policies that protect the safety and health of workers and enforcing existing workers' regulations.
So OSHA, as far as I'm concerned, is already understaffed, and so we're wasting OSHA's already limited capacity on banned word witch hunts, putting workers, people at safety, and would it put the workers at their safety at risk as well as their health?
That's exactly right.
Okay, so let me ask Ms. Melito. I noticed that in your testimony that you expressed concern over the proposed OSHA heat injury standard, and I was co-lead on a bill calling on OSHA to make a heat injury standard last Congress. I noticed in your testimony that you claimed the proposed rule is too burdensome. I think that those were your words. So let me ask you this. Is your position that the current situation, a situation where hundreds of workers die from heat illness, is more acceptable? And are you telling the committee that you think the deaths of hundreds of workers are acceptable? To me, that's an erroneous burden of providing workers cool water, shade, air conditioning. Those things outweighs the lives of hundreds of human beings. So was that your testimony?
That was not my testimony, no. Many employers have
designed and take very seriously effective heat injury and illness prevention programs. They have them in SAFE. Small business owners, let me back up and say, small business owners live and die on the reputation of their business. They do not want to have employees get hurt. They certainly don't want to have a fatality at their business. That would kill, it would just kill the business. So they take very seriously their duty to keep employees safe.
Thank you.
And
I
as
was
such,
just reading
Gentlelady's
your
time has
testimony, and I
expired.
am out of time. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank the gentlelady. Now I recognize the